Hey folks, back here with another video. Going to do an unboxing here of Mosaic, A Story of Civilization. This is the Colossus edition that I just received yesterday, and I've taken the shrink off of it, but I have actually not opened it up yet. So, I'm not, well, I know what's in it, but I've not gone through or punched anything, so we're going to see all the punch boards and all that stuff. This is kind of like a civilization building game where you're basically victory point game. You know, whoever scores the most victory points wins. You're developing your civilization. You're building cities, towns, putting some armies out on the board. They're not used really for battle. They're more for just like gaining control. So it's not like a war game per se. It's more of a Euro style civilization game, but it looks gorgeous in my opinion. It's from Forbidden Games, and it is started delivering in the United States at least. I believe they said all the copies have actually been sent. So if you haven't received yours yet, you should be getting it soon. That being said, let's go ahead and open this up. And the first thing we see at the top here, we have two rule books. They send two rule books with the game, which is great. That way you can, one side of the table can have a copy and the other side of the table can have the other copy. But there are two identical copies of the rule book. It is glossy paper, so you're not going to be able to write on it. I mean, you can, but it's not like the matte paper that some war games use. Brief description on the back of the actions and stuff. So let's see, it's a 26-page rulebook, but I'm not sure how much of that is actually just, like, here's the appendixes. Yeah, maybe like 17 pages of actual rules, setup, etc. So those are the two rule books. Then you have the solitaire rules, so you can play this game solo. There's a whole solitaire rule book here. 11 pages. Easy, challenging, and expert difficulties. So about 9 pages of rules, basically. Assuming you probably have to know how to read the other. You have to read the other rule book for that to make sense. Then we have 3 reference cards that fold out, that have all the various different things on them. Charts and whatnot. Relied pretty heavily on these at Gen Con when I did the play test of this year. There's also stuff is also obviously in the rule book, so there is that. But there are 3 of the reference cards. Then we have a bunch of punch boards here, all the way down to, let's see, this is M1 and it goes all the way down to M12. So there are 12 punch boards with the various tokens. They're actually pretty thick. It seems slightly thicker than normal. Here's all the different cities in the different colors, your different types of cities, your port cities, regular cities, etc. Here are the resource tokens: stone, knowledge, food. This is food. This is not. So these are all like 1 food, 1 knowledge, 1 stone. This is, if I recall correctly, 3 or 5. 3 or 5. 3 or 5. Money. Everybody loves money. These are the tokens that are going to go out onto the board. They get distributed randomly face down, and then you flip them up. But they're different. If you build in a hex that has one of these, you get that resource or whatever it is. Take that action. The X's are just blanks. So if we look at the back side of them, you'll see it's just, these are all trade goods is what they're called. Then we have, these are some of the government cards. So you're going to have to choose your government. Or you can have no government. Here are the army tokens. A couple in each color. And then these are your worker tokens that you're going to be using to do various things and spend. This is all the cardboard. The Colossus edition actually comes with plastic figures and realistic resources and stuff for the resources. I don't believe that's in here yet. I believe that's all on the way, like in Wave 2 shipping. But we'll see. Maybe it is in here. I know there is a Wave 2 shipping coming. I just don't know what all is involved in that. Oh no, there's the realistic resources right there. Not realistic, but wooden, I guess. So here's the map. I'll get this unfolded here at the end of the unboxing here, so you can see why it's called, well, I guess you can kind of see why it's called Mosaic. The tiles are all mosaically laid out there. But I'll still expand that out. And then we have some different boards here. These are the player boards, so you're going to store your trade goods here. Here's your tracks to track your stone production, food production, idea production, tax production, and tariff production. And these are all the different factions you can play: Greece, Egypt, Gaul, Rome, Carthage, and Assyria. It is dual layer, so it is going to hold things, and it's pretty thin. I'll show you the other ones that I got that came with this. I will pull that out as well here in a little bit. Here is the Victory Point track board. It is dual layered as well. It goes all the way down to 100, and there's a spot up top to put the Wonder cards, the Golden Age cards, and the Civilization Achievement cards. And we have all the leader cards. So these are the leaders you're going to randomly choose. I don't know if it's random or if you're dealt like 2 and you have to pick one, or if whoever is last gets to pick theirs, and then it goes in reverse order, that type of thing. But it tells you what you start with, and any kind of special abilities you have for your leader. We have a score sheet here, score pad. I'd say there's probably maybe 100 sheets in there for all your end-game scoring to keep track. Put on your refrigerator. We have a giant, I'm assuming this is the first player marker, giant wooden marker. Actually, I can probably take that out of the baggie. It fits right in there. We have a bunch of the wonders, which have poked through the bag. That is whatever wonder that is. Looks like the lighthouse. That looks like the lighthouse of Alexandria. But you got the pyramids, Colossus of Rhodes, the Parthenon, the Colosseum, etc. These are all the wonders. Generic cubes. And here's all the, so here's the wooden resources. So I'm not going to have to punch out all those. I've got them here. There's the single food, the 3 or 5 food. We got some metal coins in here. I don't have to punch out all the monies. Nice hefty metal coins. I'll put this back here. I'm assuming these are all going to go out into these areas here. We got the stones. We got the knowledge. We got this is the single knowledge. Here's the double or the triple or the 5 knowledge, and then we have the 5 because it shows 5 stone. These are 5. So each of so this is 5 knowledge, a book, a single wood or single stone, and knowledge. Bunch of card packs here, tax and tariff cards, location cards, the build cards, 3 stacks of cards there, and 1 single brick of cards here, technology cards. So a lot of cards there. We got some trays here that I'm assuming is going to be for these resources to go in. Then we have some player piece trays here. Get this out of here. Let's see what the middle one. There we go. And we take that off the top. Everything's in baggies. So you have all your workers and your army guys in here. So you're going to have cavalry and infantry. And then you have your various different cities and your color that you can build. So they do come with the baggies that you can keep them somewhat separated. So there is the green, red, and yellow. Let's see, this just comes out. And we have the other three colors here. So, yeah, so that's pretty much that. That's Mosaic. Let's get, first off, how was all this in here? Like that. Put that in there. These two go over here. And then, let's see, pad of paper was here, but that's not laying nicely. Put these tokens there. Pad of paper will lay there. There's an indentation in the top of this for these to sit. I don't know how good of a job that's going to do. That goes there. That goes there. We have all these. Oh, the map is supposed to go underneath those. Hold on. We gotta pull the map out before I can go any further, so you guys can see the map. I can turn this sideways enough. There we go. So there's the map. You have an area up top to put all your card decks and your cards that are going to go out. This is where you're going to place your pieces. There are hexes that are outlined. Government cards, military cards, tax and tariff cards are here. And this board is going to be filled with these round circular tokens. Once turned face up, they'll have the different rewards and whatnot on them. But it's randomly seeded at the beginning of the game. I think it's a gorgeous looking board. But let me show you what else came. What else came with the Colossus edition? Well, with my copy, I don't know if I got Kickstarter extras or what. I don't remember what I ordered. Let's get this stuff back set up here. Kind of set that side to side. The box back on top. And we'll let that slide down on its own. Let me go over here. So I got two additional things that came with my package. And one is a mat that would replace the board. It is like so. I like the color saturation in this a lot. This red is just so much more red than it is on that board. Other than that, it looks to be about the same size. There is stitching, double stitching on the end, so it's not just an open-ended mat. It is stitched all the way around, which is good. It does come folded in a square though, so might have to let that hang to let it get those creases out of it a little bit, or roll it up in some fashion. But it's a deeper color, but I think it works. I think it looks better with the deeper color than the regular board. So that's the mat, and then I also got. You should let it hang to get the creases, he says, as he folds it back up. I also got these ridiculous player boards. Ridiculous player boards. You have your production down here, and then to track everything, you have little dials down here that you can turn. Well, thought you could turn them. Oh, you turn them from the bottom. So you can turn them, right? To indicate where you're at. This is to keep track of how many of these icons you have. So you're going to get cards, and on the cards you're going to have these icons, and then some other, like before you get some other cards, you might have to have two of the loot icons before you can purchase the one card you want. So this is to help you keep track of how many icons you actually have. Otherwise, you're going to have your cards laid out, stacked, so that just their icons are being displayed. There are also achievements, I think is what they're called. So basically, the first person that has 6 of any icon gets a particular achievement. I do not like. I do not like how all these numbers are outside. They're facing out. It's like here's 9, but when you look at 6, if you're looking at it from here, it's upside down. It looks like a 9, but that's a 6. Actually, let me see if you can see that. If it'll focus. So that's a 6. That's not a 9. Other than that, you have your trade goods section, place to put your wonder card, your government card. All your population is going to go up here. I mean, they're not bad. It's just ridiculous that they're made this way. There's one for each. There's the back of them. There's one for each of the 6 factions. But it's just a ton of table space to take up. You're going to have your board out in the middle, and then you're going to have these. It's a ton of table space. But I digress. Just get these set back up out of the way here. So that was, bring this back over for effect. So that was Mosaic, Story of Civilization, unboxing. This is the Colossus edition. Now, there are some things coming in Wave 2. Like I said, I believe all the cardboard tokens that go out on the board, I believe there are wooden versions of those. That's part of what's coming in the second wave. I'm pretty sure that there's 2 waves of shipping with this. Maybe I'm thinking of another game. Maybe this is everything that comes with it. I don't recall. Maybe I'm thinking of something else now. Anyway, this has been an unboxing, a Mosaic history, or a story of civilization. Thanks for watching, guys.